Hey book friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Let's talk books with Shannon. Today we are going to do my February TBR and we're going to use the prompt jar to do that. Last month I think I used the spin wheel, so we'll use the prompt jar this time and we will pick 8 books like we did last time. So if you see something you like or something you want to hear a review on, or if you just can relate to me and what I might be saying, please hit like, please hit subscribe. And by all means, any books I choose, leave me a comment if you've read them, and we'll get started. First prompt is over 500 pages. Okay, I've got, I don't even know, 30 or 40 books here next to me. Let me check to see which ones are over 500. Okay. The Nightingale is over 500. It's 530 some. And, oh no, this one is not. Okay, that one's 400 and some. Oh, this one is too. Okay. I'm gonna pick between these two. They're both on my cart. Okay, and this is Love Redesigned, and it is 514 pages. So, both of these are over 500 pages. I've been wanting to read both of them because I, as you may or may not know, am always drawn to romance. I'm trying this year to make sure that at least 3 books every month are not romance. So I think for that reason, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Kristin Hannah book, which is going to be historical fiction, and read that one in February. And I think I'm in that right frame of mind because I know her books are going to make me cry. I've never read a Kristin Hannah book. It's another, it'll cross off another goal. I always have a goal of reading new authors. So she'll be a new author for me this year. And I know that they're going to be emotional reads, but I think I'm ready for it. So we'll put that one as the first one in the pile. Okay. Next prompt. Hang on, let's go. A blue cover. A blue cover. Blue cover, blue cover. I've got a few. Okay, a blue cover. I have several blue covers. First one I have is Fredrick Backman's Beartown. I have heard wonderful things about this book. It got lots of great reviews in 2024 from the booktubers that I watch. And I have read 2 by him. I read A Man Named Ove and Anxious People, and I enjoyed them both. So that's definitely an option for my blue cover. Because I have 3 that are really, really blue. Unsteady by Peyton Corinne. I haven't read that one yet. And I know that the new one is coming out this year, I think in the spring. And the second one in the series, and I would like to get the first one read. This would be a new author for me, Devney Perry, Indigo Ridge, which is romance suspense. And I am finding, just starting in January, I think I read 2 romance suspense and loved them both. They were both 5 stars for me. So I'm kind of, I think, in my romance suspense era. So so that's hard. I want to read all 3 of them. I think I'm going to go ahead and choose Fredrick Backman so I get at least 2 right off the bat of my books in for my TBR in February that are not romance. So I think I'll pick that one. All right. My cart was tipping over. Okay. All right. Next one. Next one. A book by Mariana Zapata. I got many Christmas books as gifts by Mariana Zapata. I told some people that I really liked one of her books. I read All Roads Lead Here last year. Loved it. It's the only book I've read by her. And so I told several people, I put it on my list that, oh, I really get me some Mariana Zapata books. So I got several. So we have lots of choices. Pretty cover. Culty and Under Lock by Mariana Zapata, and The Wall of Winnipeg and Me by Mariana Zapata. So, this one, someone I watch on BookTube didn't give that one good reviews. Not that, and I'll still I'll read it because I know I don't always agree with everyone on BookTube. But anyway, so I think I'm gonna go with The Wall of Winnipeg and Me. Because it's got a football helmet, and so I have the feeling it's football, and since we're getting close to Super Bowl and we're in the football playoffs, I'll put that one in the pile. Silly reasons, I know, but we got to have a reason to pick one over the other. Okay, that's 3. Okay, so continue a series. Hang on. Continue a series. All right. There are so many I could do in this one. There are so many others I'm in the middle of, but all right. I could read B.K. Borson, In the Weeds. I read Love Like Farms over the Christmas season. It was my first B.K. Borson book and loved it. And so the second one I know is going to be about Garrett, and I loved Garrett in the first book, so I'm eager to start that one. Also continuing a series. Oh my gosh. The first book in this series is Bourbon and Lies. I read it in January and I gave it 5 stars and I absolutely love it. Love these covers too. I know they're going to be one of my most stunning covers this year, probably. Maybe not, but I just love the covers. So Bourbon and Secrets is the second one in the series, and this one follows the Bourbon brothers. They're all brothers. They live on a bourbon farm. Obviously, they make bourbon. And then it's in a small town, so it's also small town and found family, and I love those tropes. So that one might be fun. The other one also found family and Cowboy Ranch, Seeing Red by Bailey Hannah. In January, I read, what's the first one? Alive and Wells by Bailey Hannah. Again, we're following small town cowboys and found family, and I just love those tropes. Love all of these. I know the third one of this is coming out this year. It's called Bourbon and Proof. I think it comes out in the spring or the summer. So I would like to get the second one read. So I'm going to put that in my pile for February. Oh my gosh. So many fun books. A pink cover. A pink cover. Got a lot of pink covers. Not necessarily in this cart next to me, but I've got a few pink covers. Just didn't have them handy in that. I have Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. This is, I haven't read this one. I read Love Theoretically and The Love Hypothesis, and liked both of those. I think they were both solid 4 stars, and maybe even a 4.25. And I know Ali Hazelwood has another book coming out next month called The Deep End, which I am looking forward to, so I would like to get this one read. By a Thread by Lucy Score's Pink. I have never read this book. I have read some Lucy Score books. I've liked most of them, I think, but I still have a lot on my TBR shelf that I haven't read. I have not read I don't even know what the series is called, the one with Things We Never Got Over. I have that whole series on my shelf. I haven't read any of those, but anyway, but this one has had really good reviews, and it's pink. Another Ali Hazelwood that's pink that I have not read was Check and Mate, and that one has a pink cover as well. I think I'm going to go with one of the Ali Hazelwood books because of that new one coming out. I'd like to narrow down her backlist. I'm going to go Check and Mate. That's 5. We'll probably do 8. Yeah. Read the last book you bought on Amazon. Read the last book you bought on Amazon. This would be a new author that I have not read yet. Fragile Sanctuary by Catherine Cowles. When I told someone that I was in my romance suspense era and that I was loved my 2 books in January that I read that were romantic suspense, they said I should try Catherine Cowles. So this is a first in a series. The Sparrow Falls series. Yeah, that's called. It's called. And look at that cover with the foiling on it. That's beautiful too. Lots of pretty covers this month. So don't really know what this one's about. Don't know what to expect, but I'm going to go into it blind and see what we get. So that's the last one I bought on Amazon. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6 books. Okay. The book starts with a vowel. A book that starts with a vowel. I've got 2 that I can see on my shelves that are jumping out at me that start with a vowel. We have I'll Give You the Sun. I don't know anything about this book. It's been on my shelf a very long time. Maybe I should read it. And I could also continue a series, Addicted After All. I've read the first 6. I've read the first 6 books in the series. I am enjoying it and becoming attached to the characters, which Interestingly enough, I didn't think I would. I like these a lot. They're character study books. There's really not a lot of plot in them, but we're following Lily and Lo, and Lily is addicted to sex, and Lo is addicted to alcohol, and this is book 6, so they've been through a lot in the first 6 books, but the more I read, the more I like. So I think I'll try that one. Starts with a vowel, so we'll do that one. One more. We'll do 8. Because then I end up, typically my average is 10 to 12 books. But then I end up reading some of my Kindle and my library books too. So that's why I usually just pick 8 from my, oh, a pretty cover. I've just been raving about some of the covers that are already in the list. A pretty cover. Okay, I've got lots more pretty covers. Oh, although this one's pretty. You with a View. Jessica Joyce also would be a new author for me. I've never read Jessica Joyce before. And that's a pretty cover as well. I'm going to choose You with a View. Okay? So for my pretty cover book. All right, that's 8. Let's wrap up and see what we got. 7, 8. Okay. So the prompts we chose. Okay, one of the prompts I chose was a book that begins with a vowel. We have Addicted After All by Krista and Becca Ritchie. So that's in the pile for February. We had a prompt that said pink cover. So we are going to read Check and Mate by Hazelwood. We had Continuous Series was one of the prompts. And so I'm going to continue the Bourbon Brothers series because I had such fun with the first book in January. And so I'm going to continue that series with Bourbon and Secrets by Victoria Wilder. We had a prompt that said choose a book with a pretty cover. So I'm going to choose You with a View by Jessica Joyce. I think that cover's beautiful. And I've never read Jessica Joyce before. We had a prompt that said, read the last book you bought on Amazon. And that book was Fragile Sanctuary by Cowles. I just picked that one up because I haven't read Catherine Cowles before, and I told a friend that I was loving my romance suspense books that I read in January. Okay, we had a blue cover, and we are going to be reading Fredrick Backman's Beartown. That'll be a fun one. We had, pick a Mariana Zapata book. I'm going to read The Wall of Winnipeg and Me, which it looks like it's a football romance. So I'm excited about that one. And the first prompt I picked was over 500 pages. So our book over 500 pages this for February is going to be The Nightingale by Kristin Hannah. Also will be a new author for me. I haven't read Kristin Hannah before. If you have read any of these authors or any of these books, please let me know what you think in the comments below. Please hit like, please hit subscribe. And until next time, friends, take care of one another. Happy reading.